What up, reader fam? Today I'm bringing you a list of 10 YA book to movie adaptations that are coming out in the year of 2018. I find it really difficult to keep track of release dates as well as to what books are becoming movies, so I kind of wanted to make a master list that I could come back to and reference, and I figured that this might be helpful for you guys as well. So without further ado, here are 10 YA books that are being turned into movies in the year of 2018. First up, we have The Death Cure, which is based off the third and final book in James Dashner's The Maze Runner trilogy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I wasn't a major fan of the Maze Runner trilogy, and I actually really despise the third and final book in this trilogy. Even though I'm not a massive fan of the books, I have really enjoyed the movies, so I'm really interested to see what they do with this third and final movie. I'm honestly kind of hoping that they do their own thing with it and they go off the page. That's definitely not something I would normally say with book to movie adaptations. Like, normally I want them to stick to the book, but in this instance I would be okay with them doing their own thing. I feel like a reader sinner saying that, but I'm just speaking my truth. The film is set to release on January 26th. Next up, we have the Everyday adaptation based off of Everyday by David Levithan. The story follows a girl who falls in love with someone who transforms into somebody different every day. I've never read this book, but I know that a lot of people love it, and the story concept really intrigues me. I also just feel really sorry for the character that transforms into somebody every day, because that just does not sound like too much fun. While it does sound like a wild life, it doesn't sound like the life for me. I'm a-okay with the consistency in my life and not having to wake up not knowing what my life is going to be every day. The film is set to release on February 23rd. The next book to movie adaptation is not necessarily classified as young adult, but I'm going to mention it anyways, and that is A Wrinkle in Time. A Wrinkle in Time follows three siblings who go on an adventure through space in hopes of finding their father who has disappeared. I read this book as a child and then reread it back in 2015, and I really enjoyed it. While I was reading it, I could definitely see it becoming a movie one day. In fact, I think it was already turned into a movie way back when, now that I think about it. But I'm really excited for them to readapt it because this film just looks incredible, and also it has a star-studded cast. We have people like Oprah Winfrey, Queen, Mindy Kaling, Queen, Reese Witherspoon, Queen, just so many queens. All of the trailers I've seen for this film have been incredible, and I really hope that the film lives up to my high expectations that I've already built up. If not, I'll be really sad. The movie is set to release on March 9th. Next up is Love, Simon, based off the book Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. This book is about a boy named Simon who is gay, but he's keeping it a secret. That is until an email where he talks about it ends up getting into the wrong hands, and he is now being blackmailed. I've yet to read this book, but I really want to. I'm just a little bit hesitant because there is so much hype for this book. Everyone loves it, and that kind of scares me because what if I'm that one person that ends up not loving it? The trailer of the movie has me really intrigued though. It looks like something that I would enjoy, so I definitely want to pick it up soon. And I'm really excited to read the book and then go and see the movie. The film is set to release on March 16th. Next up, we have the adaptation of Ernest Cline's Ready Player One. This story takes place in a world that has access to this virtual world called the Oasis. The creator of this virtual world has hidden Easter eggs throughout the world, and whomever finds all these Easter eggs will be led to a massive fortune. And we follow our main character Wade Watts and his journey to finding that fortune. There's obviously a lot more to the story, but that's kind of just a little sneaky peeky. To be honest, this is an adaptation that I am really nervous for. Ready Player One is one of my all-time favorite books, and if they don't do it justice, I will be upset. But I'm keeping my expectations really low in hopes that I'm blown away by this film. I also really need to reread this book before I go and see the film because it's been a really long time since I've read it, so I've forgotten some things. So hopefully I'm able to do that before the film releases on March 30th. The rest of the films on my list do not have release dates. Next up, we have the Hate U Give book to movie adaptation based off The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas, which is a book that I'm ashamed to say I haven't read yet. I know, I'm the worst. It was one of my most anticipated book releases from last year, and I still have yet to get around to reading it. The story follows a girl named Star who witnesses a police shooting, and she must now testify at the trial. And it's really hard on her because the shooting that she witnessed involved one of her good friends. The film stars Amanda Steinberg, who has actually starred in several book to movie adaptations now, from The Hunger Games to Everything Everything. Amanda is a fantastic actor, and I can't wait to see what they bring to the table with The Hate U Give. Amanda is also set to star in the book to movie adaptation for The Darkest Minds by Alexander Bracken. This is a dystopian story about these kids who have these superhero-like abilities. They're put in these camps, and it follows this girl who's like, nuh-uh, You ain't gonna put me in a camp. I can't be tamed. So she joins a group of teens who are on the run from the government. There's obviously a lot more to the story, but it's been like years since I read this trilogy, and I honestly don't remember that much about it, so I'm due for a reread. Next up, we have the adaptation for Julie Murphy's Dumplin. This book is about a girl who enters into a beauty pageant to prove to everyone that you don't have to be a certain body type to enter and compete in a beauty pageant. I haven't read this book yet, but I've heard incredible things about it, and I'm all for books showcasing different body types because there are way too many YA books out there with the same old body type of slim or chiseled. And not that those body types are bad, but give us some variety. Next up, we have the book to movie adaptation for Between Shades of Grey by RUTA SEPETYS, not to be mistaken for 50 Shades of Grey. The film is going to be titled Ashes in the Snow, and I think they retitled it because they don't want people thinking that this is another installment in the 50 Shades of Grey series. The story takes place in 1941, and it follows a family who is deported to Siberia, and it follows their survival during Stalin's reign. I loved RUTA SEPETYS' book Salt to the Sea, and I've yet to read her other books. I really need to read Between Shades of Grey before this movie comes out. I know it's going to be incredible, so I can't wait to read it, and then I can't wait to watch the movie. And the last YA adaptation that I know about coming out this year is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. This story follows a girl who writes all these letters to these boys that she really likes, and then those letters are sent off, which, as you can imagine, causes a lot of chaos in our main character's life. I've yet to read this book, but the story concept sounds hilarious, and I can't wait to see what they do with the film. So those are 10 YA book to movie adaptations to keep your eyes out for this year. I will leave links down below to the books as well as the trailers that are currently available. Also, if you're interested in keeping up to date with book to movie and book to TV adaptations, I actually have a series on the Epic Reads YouTube channel called Epic Adaptations, where I keep you up to date with all the latest YA book to movie and TV news, so I'll link that down below in the description as well. You guys should let me know down below in the comments what adaptation you're most looking forward to. I think personally right now I'm most excited for the A Wrinkle in Time book to movie adaptation, but let me know down below in the comments which one you're most excited for. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I post videos frequently on this channel, so if you want to see more videos from me, be sure to go and hit subscribe, or go and click the little bell icon and you'll be notified as to when I post new videos. As always, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye.